Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about Michael Garza cancels cherry picking for gig workers. So in the comment section of one of my videos, one of my subscribers really pushed for me to go over this video. David Spiegels, thank you so much for requesting this content and making this video possible. And while I am not normally going through my comment section taking those kind of requests, it was something that was highly requested. I haven't really seen the video. I really don't know a whole lot about it. So we're gonna see what's being said here. So with that said, I want to go over everything that's being said in this video, how it actually is for Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers, and everything in between. But before we do that, if you guys also want to request a specific kind of content, please email me at drivenwyld@gmail.com. I do read your comments. I do see everything. But this particular request also ended up filtering it as potentially inappropriate.
Sweet! How?
And your dedication to wanting to see this kind of content to go to waste, so please, please, please just email me about it. I don't want things get lost in the grapevine just because the YouTube algorithm sees a link and thinks, oh, this is not content that can be posted on here. So with that said, let's get started.
So one thing I see on the internet about DoorDash being a delivery driver is to be picky about your orders. I think people are a little too picky. The thing is, I have a 96 or 97% acceptance rate. Wanna know why? Because I just take any order that comes my way. If I'm on the clock on there and I say I'm gonna work till like, I don't know, let's see, from 3:30 to 4:30 for an hour, yeah, I take everything, anything that comes my way. Now, I do have the luxury of having a car that hardly uses any gas. It's a Toyota Corolla. I'm lucky in that way. So I can take any order, and it's not going to impact my gas bill negatively. But I will say this, if you want to get higher paying orders, you have to just accept as much as you can. High acceptance rate is a good thing. High completion rate matters too. There's a lot of things. Just do what you can.
That was the most painful video to watch as somebody who's been in the gig economy for a long time. But let's go over each of the points that he brought up.
So one thing I see on the internet about DoorDash being a delivery driver is to be picky about your orders. I think people are a little too picky.
I might get a little hate for this, but I do think that there is a point to where you are being a little too picky. At the same time, you can be more picky the more you're diversified. If you're just a DoorDash driver, if you're only doing DoorDash, maybe you need to consider how much of the hidden tip system you're not accounting for and things like that. But if you are well diversified and you're committing your time to higher paying opportunities, then the point of you being picky is just you capitalizing on better opportunities, not whatever DoorDash sends you.
The thing is, I have a 96 or 97% acceptance rate.
96 or 97 acceptance rate. My highest is normally around 30, 35. My average is about 20 because 80% of the money is in 20% of the orders. 20% of the orders is going to be comprised of better tipping customers. Not to mention, you're not taking no tip customers that are generally a risk to be working with anyway, with the refund methods, the contract violations, poor ratings, and not to mention the general overall risk of deactivation because you're working with these people.
Wanna know why? Because I just take any order that comes my way.
Because you will take any order that comes your way. You have no standard for what you'll accept in your life. It doesn't matter if they treat you right. It doesn't matter if they treat you poorly. You'll take whatever kind of abuse from anybody. I would never allow that kind of behavior in my life, let alone my business practice.
If I'm on the clock on there and I say I'm gonna work till like, I don't know, let's see, from 3:30 to 4:30.
Here's the point that you're missing. This is the major difference between an employee mindset and a business owner mindset, a business person's mindset, the independent contractor mindset. Somebody who is an employee, they take whatever because it's their job. They're getting paid for their time regardless of whatever happens between the points of clock in and clock out. A business owner has to find a way to either make more money per opportunity or really find quality clientele to work with, or find a way to make money that's independent of your activity and have those kind of sources of income. But that's not the point of this video. But this guy sounds like he's still either stuck in an employee mindset or wants to sound like an expert when in reality he doesn't seem like an expert at all.
I take anything that comes my way. Now, I do have the luxury of having a car that hardly uses any gas. It's a Toyota Corolla.
A Toyota Corolla has a city of 29 miles per gallon and a 37 highway miles per gallon. Yes, those cars tend to be better on gas. That does not mean by any means that you should be wasting your gas on people that don't deserve it, or wasting your gas on opportunities that are going to cost you money at the end of the day. That makes no sense.
But I will say this, if you want to get higher paying orders, you have to just accept as much as you can. High acceptance rate is a good thing.
Unless you are specifically aiming for the high pay order program, which has literally been proven to not provide high paying orders, or the Top Dasher program, which people only need that program if they are in markets that are so saturated they can't get on otherwise. And in that case, they really need to diversify outward. But otherwise, you don't need a high acceptance rate for that.
High completion rate matters too. There's a lot of things. Just do what you can.
Completion rate really does matter. Completion rate is actually a very definitive aspect of what keeps you on the platform and what keeps you in better paying programs like the large order program, pizza bag program, or things like that, because that's what really matters at the end of the day. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. First off, I do want to make an important point here. This guy does not run a DoorDash or Uber Eats or gig platform channel. I don't expect him to have valid gig content based on not only the video I saw, but the channel that I'm looking at. He doesn't have a hard focus on it. The commenter that I was mentioning, David, was actually thinking he was a corporate shill. I don't think he has the following to be a corporate shill. I wouldn't be surprised, but I also wouldn't be like,
oh, you're definitely working for the company. You're definitely one of those corporate shills.
Because at the end of the day, 1.6k subscribers, viewership that doesn't even pierce the hundreds on a consistent basis. No offense to him, but this is not the type of channel I'd expect DoorDash to be paying for to say things, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the content that he said that's what he prefers, that's the 96% acceptance rate, that's what the whatever. You do whatever makes you happy, my guy. That's one of the cool things about being an independent contractor. You can basically do it however you like. Whether that's working for you or not, that's really based on how you've been doing things, and if it works, I'm not going to argue with that, and I don't think anyone should. But if that's what makes you happy, who are we to argue? Right? Thank God gig work is such a freedom-based opportunity that we can genuinely just say, you know what, if that's what makes you happy as a gig worker, you could do that, but I'm gonna do things my way. Everyone's happy at the end of the day. So, Michael, if you like taking every order and whatever order comes your way, and that works for you, do what you think is right, man. As for me, I'm gonna keep going my way. If you also want to send me something about gig work or something you would like me to go over at all, my email is drivenwyld@gmail.com. And who knows, maybe you'll get a shout out in a video as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.